Okay, so I'm probably literally the last person on YouTube to do this, but when I asked you guys what you wanted me to make, this was the most requested thing, so here we are. Before I begin, I'd just like to make the point that I can't draw for shit, so this is just gonna be horrible. Hi, I'm Dan Howell, and this is my story. In the beginning, whoa, not that early. So I was born in southwest England, in Berkshire, the royal county, in a kinda crappy house with mum and dad. I had quite young parents, which was actually kind of cool as my mum graduated in philosophy and my dad was a DJ slash special effects guy for films who used to sneak me into movie sets, which was pretty cool. We had a dog, which they got just as I was born, which used to run into me as a baby and tear up the furniture. I was apparently the happiest child of all time who never stopped smiling or laughing or bringing joy to others, so basically I was the freaking son from the Teletubbies. I was brought up watching too much Winnie the Pooh, which is why I have my posh but not kind articulate voice. So yeah, life was all sunshine and flowers until dun 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 preschool. I suddenly encounter the first negativity in my entire life when I meet other children. But it's okay, because the guy that pushed me over on my first day was obsessed with this girl who kissed me in the playground and said she wanted to marry me. And he cried, so lol. Too bad. I have memories of my dog finding a huge bone in the woods and me freaking out and doing a lot of traveling with my parents, which was amazing. But hey, who needs that when you have a PlayStation 1? Yeah! Suck it, universe. Crash Bandicoot and Final Fantasy characters could be my role models. From the age of 5, I supposedly expressed an interest in acting when I was cast in the lead role of Santa in the school's obviously satanic Christmas play. Yeah, I was one of those guys who actually joined the theatre club when I was about 8, so my parents decided to send me to a musical theatre school on Sundays, much to the horror of my Christian grandma. I went on my first proper date with a girl to the cinema who was scared by the movie we watched and cried for 2 hours before being picked up by her parents. Smooth moves, Dan. My mum then popped out a little brother, and before I knew it, it was time to go to secondary school. So hey, this is the part of the video where the music stops and it gets really sad, and I explained that sometimes it wasn't that great because the place was full of giant dickheads. Now, if my utterly friendly and joyful personality didn't help me out in preschool, it definitely didn't help me out here, as for some reason being nice was clearly a bad thing that needed to be punished. The thing was, I never retaliated to anything, which when I looked back I thought, man, I wish I just threw my shoe at that guy or made a classy your mum joke, but now I realise all these kids probably had shitty things happening in their life and I was kind of being the bigger person. So yeah, the joys of being a teenager. School, homework, family drama, friend drama, dog dies, hormones, fun, fun, fun. But guess what? Everybody had to deal with that kind of stuff, and like everyone says, it gets better. You just need to survive, and one day you'll be where I am, seeing that they're all unemployed burger flippers and unfriending them on Facebook. Out of pity. I did though have a few good friends and a couple inspirational teachers, and all that coupled with video games equals a lot of procrastination. I was so lame back then. I remember seeing pictures of emo guys on MySpace and being like, wow, oh, they look so cool. Yeah, I'm totes emo now. Just give me a moment to cringe and be filled with regret. Thankfully, I got over that and had the piano and my nerdy obsession with acting to keep me occupied, as I was in a load of productions in a nearby theatre for Romeo and Juliet and West Side Story and Fame and blah blah blah. But then, when I was 17, I kinda changed my mind. I don't know why. These kids who were mildly cooler than the nerds I ate lunch with were all like, hey Dan, you should come down liters of cider with us in the woods at 10 PM. And this little voice in my head said,
Dan, you'll never actually be an actor. You know that, right?
So I went, yeah, probs. Okay then. And ditched everything. I had a lot of fun and sometimes incredibly embarrassing moments with these guys, including going to Reading Festival 4 years in a row, and the time we went on a surfing holiday where I accidentally pulled the string off a girl's bikini on a beach and felt so bad about it I cried. I actually had a girlfriend for over 3 years, which was cool, but that's not really the period in your life where you need a commitment. We inevitably broke it off because it was time for university. Yup, suddenly out of nowhere, bam! Hey Dan, childhood over. So what are you doing with your life? Oh, well, I wasn't doing any of that acting crap, so I thought, as I have no idea what I want to do with my life, I'll go to university for a few years. I got quite good grades, so I thought, what degree will make me look clever and employable? Law. So I took a gap year that I spent getting fired for selling axes to 10-year-olds and playing a lot of Xbox, and this is when I started goofing around on YouTube. I have been watching things on this website since the beginning. Like you guys, I watched YouTubers for years. People like Shane Dawson, Charlie McDonnell, Community Channel, and after being persuaded by some friends, I decided to start making my own YouTube videos. Then before I knew it, I was at the University of Manchester. Traditionally in English universities, you spend most of your first year not doing any work and drinking until you're violently ill, which is exactly what I did, but I had some incredibly fun times with the friends I made, so I was very glad to have had pretty much the perfect first year experience. I then decided for the next year to move into an apartment with my internet friend Phil, as we both needed someone to live with, and we knew by then that we both liked the same TV shows and food, which is literally all you need in a friend, but it was also cool because we both did YouTube. Then out of nowhere came the existential crisis. I don't know where it came from, but one day I was just studying for an exam and just freaked out. I was like, I hate law, this is so boring and awful and I don't want it to be my life, so what do I want to be my life? Oh, it's too late to go back and make other choices, oh god. So I took a year out from uni to basically roll around on the floor pondering about the universe for 10 hours a day and go to a bunch of YouTube events. I call this my internet hobo year. Then luckily in the summer, someone from BBC Radio 1 called our house and was like, hey, you and your friend Phil are cool, want to do a weird video show on Christmas? And we were like, hells yeah. So I took the plunge with my mother's blessing and decided to go for it. I drop out, pursue this radio thing, and actually start trying with the YouTube thing I do. So me and Phil decided to move to London where it was all happening, and for the first time I really started putting effort into my YouTube channel, and it started to pick up steam. This is when people from the radio were like, want an official weekly radio show? And we were like, holy crap, okay. So as of 2013, me and my friend Phil have a show on BBC Radio 1 every Sunday, which goes out to the entire world, which is crazy, but we think our show is awesome and we're loving it. Then soon after, my YouTube channel hit 1 million subscribers, which is something in my 3 years of YouTube, after having watched and idolized other YouTubers for almost a third of my life, I never thought would ever happen, and I was basically So I am now happier than I've ever been, because I finally feel like I'm in control of my life, and I've grown enough and have the confidence to be the person I want to be. I literally hated life from the ages of 5 to 20, but now I feel like the people I meet are finally treating me in the way I've been treating others my whole life. Back to Teletubby son. And now I'm spending my days telling stories and opinions on the internet, like a philosopher who could be great, but just turns his brain to mush by sitting on Twitter all day. It's weird that I'm doing something that I didn't even know existed when I was a kid, but I love doing it. And that's what's important. No regrets. If I ended this video by saying, oh, be yourself, follow your dreams, it'd probably be so cheesy you'd throw up, but seriously. My only regrets are that moment when I doubted myself and took the safe route, and all the time I wasted trying to please other people. As I've said before on YouTube, life's too short to waste any time being unhappy. Don't care what other people think, you decide who you want to be, and do what you want with your life. I wish I had someone to tell me these things, so no matter who you are or how old you are, I hope you're listening, okay? I honestly have no idea what my future holds, but it kinda looks exciting, so to anyone that's interested, I look forward to you coming on this journey with me and learning more about the world as I do. I'm Dan Howell, and that's kinda my life so far. The end. It's the sexy stickman dance. This just looks utterly awful, but well. Please hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video, and you can click here to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. Thanks. And seriously, look at my hand. You see that? That's what it's like to be left-handed all the time. Can you imagine writing essays with that? Yeah. Do you want to be me? No, I don't think so.